Hello everyone and welcome to Fat 50 and Running a Marathon, a channel dedicated to health, diet, fitness, and goal achievement. I'm your humble host, Topher, and I hope that you'll like this video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, share your thoughts, opinions, and relatable stories in the comments section. This is the Thick or Thin Thursday video for the 27th of February, 2025. If you notice that I'm speaking even faster than normal, it's the reason for that is we've got limited amount of space on the tape, so on the card, so I'm going to have to do this quickly. Alright, so I watched this Dan Go video, and I can't give you a link to it because it was a short on YouTube, but it was he was talking about what you need in order to get up in the morning, because I'm still struggling with that. I did my third this month, but still I'm struggling with getting up in the morning and just getting up and going. And so it's not even a matter of waking up on time at this point. It's a matter of just getting up, period. I think a lot of it has to do with depression. But I decided to go ahead and look at what it was he was saying. And what he was saying was you've got to have the drive. You've got to have a reason. Do we have the microphone on? I just want to make sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a reason to get up in the morning, no matter what the time? And I thought, okay, so what exactly is it that's my drive? And as luck would have it, I had just finished the book, How Big Things Get Done, by Bent Flyvbjerg. He's Danish, so I don't know how to pronounce that. He talks about many things in the book. Two stories upon which he focuses are the Empire State Building, which came in under budget and before the deadline, and still stands as a marvel of engineering and architecture to this day, and Pixar Studios, and how Pixar would rather invest 10 to 20 million in the development of an idea rather than a movie, because they know that by so doing they've saved themselves a lot of money down the road. They don't end up with movies that end up costing 500 million, these ridiculous amounts of money, because they did their homework first. So anyway, that's like I said, these two things align perfectly. I finished the book, I watched the Stand Go video, and I was thinking, all right, what are my big things that I'm seeking out? And I came up with three big things, and those were the marathon, my garden, and learning AI. And I said, okay, so what are my plans? And I realized very quickly that there was learning involved in everything, not just the AI, that there was learning with the gardening and the marathon. And I said, okay, what have I done, and what do I need to do for my next step? So I thought first about the AI, and I've been racking up a lot of programs on a file on my ISP, and so I've been collecting all these programs, but I haven't really put any of them to the test. And I'm thinking, okay, it's time to stop being academic about this and just start moving forward and trying to build something with any of these AI models that I have available to me, at least while I have them freely. And I said, okay, what do I need to do with the gardening? And what is my plan? What am I doing with the gardening? And it occurred to me I'd been watching a lot of videos, and that was good. I'd been learning with the gardening as well, but I hadn't been keeping a notebook. And that's something that almost all the gardening channels keep saying, is keep a notebook, keep a journal, keep a diary, keep whatever it is, keep some kind of record of what you're doing. So I went to the dollar store, bought myself a cheap notebook. Boom, now I've been taking notes, and by so doing I think eventually I'm going to be able to start putting some of the videos on here that I want to do, but it's not until I have those notes and I have some idea of what I've actually learned that I can impart that knowledge to you, because I do think that gardening has a lot to do with health, and this channel is largely dedicated to health. And then it came to the marathon, and I said, alright, what's the plan with the marathon? And I said, well, I've already spoken to my podiatrist. We're going to do the surgery sometime right around my birthday. That will be shortly after doing a marathon training program. During that program, I'm not even going to focus so much on speed, at least not at first. I'm going to be focusing on form and saving energy and all those things that I don't really feel like I did the first time around, and I'll be learning. And actually, this is a study period with marathon training. This is not, because I don't have a marathon in mind to run for this. The marathon's going to be run when I'm at the age of 55. So, as I said before, this is just a training. This is a training to learn what I need to learn, kind of thing. And I said, okay, now that we've done the analysis and what are these three things, and can I get motivated to, get up in the morning and get working on these? I found that I was actually very excited about the AI, and I was excited about the gardening, but I couldn't get excited about the marathon. And I wondered to myself why exactly that was. What exactly it was that I needed in order to be motivated about the marathon, or what it was that was different about the marathon than the other two. And it occurred to me that the marathon was actually the suggestion of another person. In fact, it wasn't even hardly a suggestion, it was almost an offhanded comment that the cardiologist made when I came back from my year review after the heart attack, and he said he was pleased with my progress, and he saw the numbers and he felt better about them, and he said that, you know, you're doing well enough you could train for a marathon. Well, as I've said before on this channel, but I'll say again, I laughed at the time, but then out in the parking lot I asked my wife, why couldn't I train for a marathon? So, that was how this whole channel came to be, was my journey to running a marathon at the age of 50. I was unable to do that because the bone spurs in my foot made it difficult for me to do so. But I do say difficult to do so because, honestly, I don't know that if the bone spurs hadn't occurred that I would have been capable of actually completing that marathon. I don't know that I could have, because I don't know that I did everything that I should have for the training. But it's now something that has occurred to me, and it's occurred to me very, very recently, that this is basically me making, setting a goal based upon the suggestion, like I said, almost an offhanded comment of another person. This isn't me actually saying, ooh, that's something I want, I'm going for it. And I have to accept that now. You know, this is still my goal when I'm 55, but I have to understand that this is different. But the other thing I've considered is, well, there's ways to make this mine, to truly make this mine. I mean, I've still got 3 years, almost a full 3 years, at least 2.5 until I turn 55. So, you know, but it is something that nags at me, that I now know. Once you have the realization, once you have the truth, it's difficult to unknow the truth. And the truth is, this whole thing was never specifically my idea. And so the gardening was my idea, learning AI was my idea. These two things occurred to me as something that I wanted to do. The marathon was thrown at me as an offhanded suggestion by a cardiologist, and I thought, what the hell, basically is what that boils down to. And now at this point, honestly, running the marathon is almost a matter of keeping my word more than achieving a goal. And but that's just one way of looking at it, and I know that. And I know that I just need some time to get past that mindset and work towards it. Unfortunately, I've got 2.5 years to do it. So in April, I will actually be starting the marathon training. I'll be letting you know how that's going, what I'm learning over the course of that time. I'll be keeping another journal, and this one I'm going to be writing in and telling you, you know, as much information as I possibly can. I'm going to be stretching after my runs, even the short ones, like I was supposed to have done and didn't do the first time around. So hopefully I'll have a lot more to impart to you about the humility and lessons learned from the first time around. So, until next time, I thank you as always for watching, and remember, only by taking care of ourselves first are we capable of taking care of others. Topher.